Hello students, in this lecture of automobile engineering we will learn about tire economy. This is a point number 4.5. So what is tire that we have seen already, and in this picture you will see the meaning of tire. I am revising again. It is a shape of O ring and it is a material is rubber or natural rubber, synthetic fabric and wire. It supports vehicle weight as well as weight of the chassis. It provides good traction by holding road surface perfectly, and it takes up shocks caused by road unevenness. So these are some of the functions. But in today's lecture, we will learn about tire economy. What we learn here, let us see the outcomes. We will consider and learn the terms which are given in tire tread design. After that, we will learn about factors affecting the tire life, tire wear and rotation, and tire designation. The various materials used for construction of tire are rubber. Used in tire is a blend of natural and synthetic rubber with various chemicals which improves wear resistance, reduce friction and hysteresis. So these are some of the materials which are used in making of the tires. Let us see the tire specifications and marking. If the tire specification is written like this, P205/65 R15, after that 94H, you will see here the specification. The first letter designates the type of tire. It means P means for passenger, LT if it is given, then it is for light transport, for example light transport truck, and T means temporary, that is spare. The next figure indicates the section width of inflated tire in mm. So 205, you will see the next figure. The figure after slash indicates the aspect ratio, height divided by weight of width, section width of the tire as a percentage. So H is indicating section height and W is indicating section width. So this way it is designated, or specification is provided for the tire. So the next letter designates the tire construction. R means radial type tire, B means belted bias ply tire, and D is bias ply tire. So in this designation you will see clearly the R. The next figure indicates the diameter of the wheel rim in inch on which tire is to be fit. So here 15 is indicating you the diameter of the wheel, and the next figure indicates the speed rating in kilometer per hour. So the speed rating is given. So this way the specifications are marked on the tire. So such type of specification you will see here the same thing. You will start with this width in millimeters 205, then aspect ratio, then R means radial construction, radial type of construction, R is the rim diameter 15, load index 94, and speed rating is H means high. So here you will see again the other information, Department of Transportation dot dot manufacturer, after that plant where tire is produced, tire trade, week of production and year of production. Such type of information is mounted on the tire. The same thing in another way or in the different manner is presented over here. You will see the terms which are written in the same manner. You will see here again, P means tire type, P is for passenger type, T is for temporary, C is for commercial, LT for light truck. 205 is the section width. Other section widths may be 185, 195, etc. Aspect ratio is given here 75. Other aspect ratio may be 70, 80, like that. R is nothing but construction type, radial type. B means bias, belted, and D means diagonal, like that. And R is indicating the rim diameter 13, 14, 15, 16, such of the rim. You will see here clearly the section width, horizontal, and section height. You will see here. So this way it is designated. So nomenclature for general tires and nomenclature for industrial tires, you will see like this. The things I have already told you. After that, this is nothing but the tire width, rim diameter, other diameter, such of the things you will find in this figure. Aspect ratio. After that, the same thing that are already I have told you now, just now. So this is another picture of the another wheel, representing the designations of the tire. After that, the same thing but with a different more components that you will see: construction type, load index. After that, you will see here tread wear indicators. Such type of information is mounted on the tire. So speed rating, if the rating symbol is B, it means that the speed is 50 km per hour, and in meter per hour means 31. If a speed rating is given H, it means that the speed is 200. For H it is a 210 km per hour. So speed rating index, that is shown here. After that, load rating, it means that if the load is 80 kg, load index is 80, it means that the load is for 80 is 450. So this way the load rating is there for the related to the tires. Then there are tread patterns. See here the picture, the tread pattern of the tire for competition, for performance in summer. After that, all weather. After that, you will see all terrain tire, mud, for mud. After that, wet weather, you will see the tread patterns of the tires. So here you will see the different things like that. What are the things? Wheel offset means zero wheel offset, positive wheel offset, negative wheel offset. So zero wheel means is when the hub mounting surface is in line with the center line of the wheel. Positive wheel offset is when the hub mounting surface is in front of the center line of the wheel, and negative offset is when the hub mounting surface is behind the wheel center line. So tire inflation pressure is playing important role. So for every tire, inflation pressure are specified by manufacturer. The manufacturer, this recommended pressure should be strictly adhered to the since they help to meet the requirements of good performance, heat control, better wheel control, comfort, tread kilometer. Incorrect pressure leads to overheating, unsafe steering, and rapid tire wear. Let us see what are the causes of tire wear. Following are the causes of tire wear: incorrect inflation. After that, in unequal tires, bleeding of air in the tire, incorrect rotation of tire, misalignment, out of balance wheel, wrong loading, overloading, toe out, careless driving, and excessive braking. These are some of the causes of tire wear. So factors affecting the tire life are inflation, vehicle maintenance, after that manner of driving, and miscellaneous factors. And tire troubleshooting includes side wear of the tire, one side wear of the tire, central wear of the tire, uneven tire wear, uniform rapid wear with the feathered edges on the tread cracking, tread or ply separation, loss of tire pressure, radial tire load, and radial tire this way, radial tire waddle. So these are some of the things. Factors affecting tire life are incorrect inflation, that already seen, heat, road condition, season, manner of driving. Some of these factors, important factors that are mentioned here again. So types of tread means tread is also called as a carcass. So what are the types of tread? You will say cross ply, bias ply type, radial ply type, and belted bias ply type. You will see here the figure of cross ply type, cross ply bias ply type of tread. Second figure is for radial type, or we can see here cross ply bias ply type. Okay, another figure for this. After that, this is a radial ply type figure. So comparison of radial and bias ply type tires. Advantages you will find related with the radial ply tires: the side walls can be bent radially, its shock absorbing capacity is 25% more than bias ply or cross ply tire. The breaker strip of radial tires act independently of the wall plies, unlike in cross ply where there is no breaker strip. Lower rolling resistance and hysteresis loss leads to less fuel consumption, and longer tread life because of less heat built in the tire. Braking efficiency on wet road is better because of greater sidewall flexibility and tread stiffness. Smaller slip angles and higher cornering power, which results in better steering characteristics. while staking turns in, it can less it has a less tendency to distort and lift off the road from one side, larger resistance to punctures, cuts and impacts in the tread area. So these are some of the advantages of radial ply tires. Consideration in tread design, these are the three consideration. One is called grip, second one is called noise, and third one is called wear. So these are three important consideration. What are these? Let us see. Number one is grip. The braking grip of tire depends upon two factors. One is called tread material and second one is tread pattern. The grip of for a particular tread pattern is effected mechanically as well as through friction, and the tread must provide suitable sharp edges that will engage with the road. So this is nothing but the meaning of grip. After that, there is a noise. So this is a consideration of noise. What is noise? Noise means various types of vibrations caused by roughness of the road surface. It is a noise by the distortion of tire carcass also produce noise. The type of tread pattern also contribute to tire noise, and noise depend upon the nature of the rubber compound. Third one is nothing but wear, tire wear. So for less wear, the tire must be such that the individual elements which undergo minimum distortion during running. Tread wear indicators are provided at the bottom of the tread grooves. So these are the consideration in tread design. So tire wear of two types. One is called uniform tire wear and abnormal tire wear. Uniform tire wear means heat generation, load distribution and acceleration and braking. Abnormal includes wheel alignment parameters, Ackermann error, inflation pressure, local and global footprint generation. These are the figures for uniform tire wear and abnormal. So on the left hand side, uniform wear indicator, over inflation, under inflation, camber wear, feathered wear. These are some of the examples of uniform type of wear, and this is nothing but abnormal wear because of toe in, toe out, negative caster, after that negative and positive camber. So this way the tire wears are classified. Tire problems mostly is feathering, cupping and one edge. These figures indicates these three types of problems. After that, we use nitrogen in the tire, that is producing some of the advantage. It makes around 80% percent of the air dirty and dry inert gas. It is less reactive than oxygen, leaks out the sidewall 3 times slower than oxygen. This is advantage that will get with the help of use of nitrogen. Oxygen oxidizes the rubber in the sidewall, that's why we should not use oxygen. So these are some of the main advantages of using nitrogen in the tires. So what is meant by tire rotation? Tire rotation doesn't mean that you are rotating the tire and you are measuring the speed, but this is another term, means replacing the tires by front and rear tires. So tire rotation extends the life of your tires. It must in most cases tires should be rotated over every 6,000 miles or 10,000 kilometers. So periodic shifting of position of the car's wheels and tires to ensure uniform tread wear and longer tread life, and because wear of tire is not equal on all tires. So reasons of uneven wear: weight of the car is not evenly distributed. The front tires also take care of steering duties, which results in more wear of the front tires. When we apply brakes, the weight of the car shifts forward. Braking while cornering leads to faster wear of the front tires. So these are some of the reasons of uneven wear. That's why we need a tire rotation. Left side tires go down the road more frequently than right side tires. Crowding of the roads leads to uneven tire wear. After thousands of kilometers of driving, uneven tread wear is clearly visible. The most common problem faced during tire wear and tear is the wearing out of the front tires before the rears. In such cases, the two front tires must be either replaced with the new ones, or either the old but partly worn out nuts units are at the rear. This is where tire rotation comes into play. Rotating tires equalizes these wear patterns by changing the position of tires. Regular rotation of tire ensures even wear on all tires in addition to smoother and safer ride. So one of the method is 4-wheel rotation. 4-wheel rotation, this method can be applied only when the running wheels are being used. Also, it cannot be done with a spare tire. space saver tire provided by the manufacturer, or if the car has a combination of tube and tubeless tire. In this method of rotation, the front tires go in the corresponding rear hubs and the rear tires are put on the corresponding front hub. For example, in front wheel drive cars, the right tire will be moved to the left front and the right rear tire to the left front. One rear and four wheel drive cars on rear and four wheel drive cars, the front tires are changed in crisscross pattern and the rear tires shift to the corresponding front hubs. So this way, this is a figure indicates four wheel rotation. The arrow indicates its rotation. So this way we can understand what is meant by four wheel rotation. After that, there is a five wheel rotation. This method uses the spare wheel also. So spare wheel means the wheel which is accommodated inside the dicky. The spare wheel goes to the front right hub and the front tires go to the corresponding rear hub. The right rear tire will move to the front left hub and the rear left tire comes out as a spare. So this figure indicates five wheel rotation figure. This is a unidirectional tire rotation. Unidirectional tire cannot be swapped from left to right and vice versa without inverting them face to face on the rim. So this figures indicates unidirectional tire rotation, and these are the more figures for rear and front wheel drive vehicles. So this figure indicates how the rotation should be of the tires front wheel drive vehicles. So same things, same type of representation in other figures. You can have an idea about the rotation of the tire. So these are some of the references. You refer the for your more study. Thank you very much.